let's visit Viola Hamilton from Hamilton's Tropical Garden near Beenleigh. So tell us about your garden. How did it form? When did you start here?
Well, it would have been about 28 years ago we started. We found this house. I wanted a low set house because I had a high set house and very tired of running upstairs. And the block was very bare. There was nothing here. House and a couple of trees, a couple of spindly gums, and there was a big Benjamina fig in what we call our gully area, and that is now a little monster.
So how was the soil like? How did you improve the soil to get these lush plants going?
Well, the property's got different areas. There's a lot of clay here, a lot of clay, and then we have some rocky areas as well. It's 8,000 square metres, so there's a different types of soil around. We have built up because of the trees we've planted. We need to build up for the understory to make it rich with organic stuff. Yeah.
Lovely. So what kind of what animals does your garden attract? I see there's a lot of butterflies.
Yes, the butterflies are here. We have a beehive, a native beehive here that is actually a natural one that we found about 20 years ago. And it's in a very obscure place right in the dark of the rainforest where you wouldn't think there would be a native beehive. We've recently, a couple of weeks ago, we once again saw the echidnas that live here in our garden, and there's many birds, Lorikeets dominate it, but there's all the cockatoos, the galahs, the blue-faced honey eaters, the little birds as well. It's when there's a lot of development happening around here, there's a lot of wildlife that comes here, bandicoots included, that are digging up my garden, but I don't think they've got anywhere else to go because there's been a lot of development around here. So in the last 12 months, we've discovered bandicoots. Wow. Koala, we've seen koalas here a few times.
So your garden's very tropical inspired. What led to that inspiration?
Our many holidays on our gorgeous islands on the Barrier Reef, especially the first ones, Dunk Island, these resorts have these wonderful pools and such lush tropical foliage around. And I actually just wanted that for myself every single day. And that's where we started. We had a bare house here, nothing else. We decided we'd put a pool in, and then it just had to look like we were living in paradise all the time.
Lovely. And do you spend a lot of time in the garden? Like it's a large garden. Do you enjoy that time?
Absolutely. It's my hobby. So yes, every spare minute that I have, I'm in there. I wake up in the morning, get my coffee, and all I can think about is getting out there and gardening. Yeah. Lovely.
Do you have any edible plants at your garden?
Yes, we have lemon trees, orange trees. We've got mandarin. Lemon trees are very successful. I don't have an orchard. In my perennial cottage garden, which I call my perennial cottage garden, we have the lemon trees and orange and mandarin trees incorporated in the garden. And they have hundreds of fruit, and so I feel they don't need their own space. They can work with the rest of my plantings, yeah.
Lovely. How often is your garden open up to the public?
Well, we open up with Open Gardens Australia, and the first time we opened was in the year 2000, and this last opening, which was very recent, was our 8th opening. I like opening to the public because there's a lot of people that cannot have the time or the money or the energy anymore if they're older to garden like this, and they can actually enjoy something that we're enjoying every day. They can come here and sit around and relax and enjoy it for that day. And I also do a lot of I do garden walks and explain how I do things and try and inspire children to garden as well. We do garden competition for children. They have to count a special tree on the day, and if they get anywhere close to the number, they get a little prize. And I do that to make children look and see what's around instead of just tagging behind their mother and father.
right, this is so beautiful here. So tell me about all these beautiful air plants. That's what I know them as.
Yeah. You know what? They're tillandsias, and tillandsias come from South America and they live up in the trees. They're actually epiphytes, and this is the way we should grow them, and they grow beautifully for us in southeast Queensland. You can see how well they're doing. They have been sitting here, they grow, they form their own little rings because they just love sitting like this. They love all this sun they're getting, in winter especially. I cut this Rose of Sharon, prune it right back, and everything in here gets all that lovely sun, and then as it gets really hot in the summer, the leaves start to come and it shades it on top, but it still gets a fair amount of sun, and you can see all the beautiful colour in the foliage.
Wow, let's see what else we can find. While visiting the Hamilton's tropical garden, I truly felt like I was away on holidays. There was such a wide selection of plants that I found fascinating, from different kinds of cycads, palms, tree ferns, orchids, staghorns and elkhorns, along with roses, vines, herbs, cordyline and much more. It was a wonderful experience and a garden I look forward to visiting in the future. Thank you, Neil and Viola Hamilton. Join us next week on Blooming in Brisbane as we visit an art-inspired garden, and Jill will pop in for some more helpful advice. Now, if you have any gardening questions, feel free to message us on Facebook. Have a good night.